Anyway, today we are going to be talking about a DVD series that Disney had begun creating that I think they were intending it to last a lot longer than it did, but the plans didn't quite work out that way. For starters, you've probably all heard of the Walt Disney Treasure series. And if you haven't, we'll get to those. But basically, they were nice little sets that came in tin cases and had certificates of authenticity and were numbered and in limited quantities, and they had like Mickey Mouse cartoons, Disneyland episodes, World War II propaganda. No, seriously, they did. And these sets were critically acclaimed by Disney fans, and people loved them. In fact, they go for so much money on the internet that it's not funny. Well, at one point, Disney decided they wanted to do away with the whole limited edition aspect of it, and they created the Walt Disney Legacy Collection. And it was pretty much there to replace the Walt Disney Treasures. They were no longer going to be individually numbered, and they weren't going to be in tin cans anymore. And fans revolted, I think a little unfairly. I think had Disney done something a little differently, we could still be seeing them today. Now, I'm going to show you them one by one, and we're going to see if you can tell what that might have been. Here's the first one. Alright. Here's the second one. I wish that reflection wasn't there. It probably makes it harder to see. The third. And the fourth. Now, what do these look like they have in common? Well, they're all nature documentaries. And believe it or not, Disney was a pioneer in theatrical nature documentaries. Like, he was one of the first major producers who would make these nature documentaries and put them in the theaters. That was unheard of at the time, so, that was a big deal. He called them the True Life Adventures. And all 4 of these are True Life Adventures. I think this is the entire collection. And if I'm wrong, you can correct me below. And each DVD has a commercial for a second wave, which would have included Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Destino, and some third show that I can't remember at this exact moment. I think if Disney had been more forward-thinking, they would have released that set first, because the problem with this is it's all pretty much the same thing, and even if you were interested in the nature documentaries from Disney, would you really need 4 sets of them? That was not a thing for a lot of people that they could do. So, but now that the dust is settled, and now that it's all said and done, these were very nice sets. There were some video glitches, was I think the 3rd set, but Disney was quick to offer replacement discs. So I only need to open one, obviously, but let's look at this in detail. First of all, the case is not tin, it's plastic, which can, that's definitely not as nice as the treasure sets. As you can see up here, we have a little cardboard plaque that has Roy Disney's signature on it and the title, because he was the one who got this thing set up. And here we have what I do think is pretty nice. It's a tin can. And what's really nice about these is that these resemble the film cell containers that theaters would use to transfer film from one place to another way back in the day, which no kid can appreciate this now, but that's what it looks like, and even though you can't really see it, they have the bumps, which is where the breathing holes would have been. So let's open this, and here we have the discs, and they are held on very flimsily, unfortunately, by these cardboard things. And, these have no fingerprints on them because I take very good care of my DVDs. And, if you wanted to get rid of the plastic, these are actually kind of cool. But by having them in the cover, they just look that much nicer. And so, yeah, there were 4 of these, and yeah, they're pretty much all the same, as you can see. The value of these has skyrocketed, like I said. I think the 3rd edition, this is probably the cheapest. Most you can get for about $30 to $50, which these things retailed for $50, if I'm not mistaken, when they came out. The first 2, on the other hand, can cost you between $100 and $200 now. As for the last one, get ready to shell up to $300. So this set you are looking at is worth... So this set that you are looking at is worth over $500. It's pretty amazing what Disney fans will pay for. And, of course, it makes me laugh all the more because those were discontinued for the precise reason because nobody wanted them. It's so hilarious how that works out sometimes.